Yeah, the shining golden signs. Let your inner sparking night. Fat treasure, growing bright.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Rider Spike, back again once again today, people. Today we have for Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 6, Imprisoned. And in this episode we learned some stuff about Nem and our seemingly obsessed dreamer that we have in this episode. In this episode, everybody kind of wake up in this prison, and we have 3 other people here with us, and their objective is to escape this prison with all the prisoners. And it seems that Nox is the he's behind most of the nightmares and things like that. But I thought this was actually going to be like a one and done episode. Like, we actually finished this monster off and like this nightmare off in like one episode, but hey, it turns out it's not. We got another 2-parter. And this episode, basically, Nem, her role for this dream is that she is the daughter of these 2 people, these big corporate people. One of the guys is this dude is he's the guy that runs her agency, and he basically adopted her. We find out that Nem is an orphan, and she was adopted by this man, and he's basically the guy that runs her talent agency. And Nem is just this gigantic superstar. Like, Nem is like this gigantic superstar. She does everything. Like, it just seems like this girl does everything. So I can see why in her dream she has like multiple roles, because she basically does everything. But we have to escape this prison, and the more and more they escape, the more and more they travel throughout the prison. There's a lot of booby traps. There's giant buzzsaws everywhere. There's metal darts being shot at them. The floor is opening up. Stuff like that. And this whole prison is supposed to be just a gigantic maze. And we do fight a nightmare. Well, we do fight something in this episode, and we get the debut of our blue form, which I call the Blue Beetle form, Machinery. And this form, he has like a big claw. He's able to shape this claw into like different kinds of shapes and sizes and things like that. But now that we're getting into like some of Nem's kind of like past, it seems like there's a lot of her past that she doesn't like to talk about. Like, she actually goes from being that cute, funny, bubbly girl into and kind of like she kind of gets mad and being like, hey, you don't have the right to pry through my freaking life or whatever. I don't have to tell you anything about that. And Boku is like, oh, I'm sorry, I just but in the dream, this guy, the guy who runs a talent agency, and his wife also is with him as well. So basically, in the dream, they're her parents, like her full-on parents, but in real life they're not. And apparently there was an accident that happened 4 years ago, which we're going to get more information on about that. But it seems like he's the dreamer, and he wants to keep Nem really, really close to him. Like, he first saw Nem at the orphanage and stuff, because it seems like he was donating like money and stuff to her orphanage and things like that. And when he first saw her, she was really nice to all the kids, and all the kids liked her and things like that. So when he first looked at her, she was like, oh, she's worth $1 million. And I'm like, I don't know. It got kind of, I don't know. In the back of my brain, it felt kind of creepy, and I feel like it's gonna get creepy next episode. I feel like it's gonna get creepy. I don't know. Maybe I'm being stupid, but at the same time, so it seems like he's the dreamer, and we don't know what technically he like. The idea that he's dreaming this prison up. He's dreaming up this prison, and maybe being and he kind of like does something weird at the end of the episode where he says like, we'll never escape this prison. So you know what? Nem, me and you we're gonna live in this prison. We'll live forever, and we'll be together and stuff. And he grabs Nem, and then like completely just pushes his wife out of the way. Like, he just pushes her out of the way, and then he grabs her and they run to a whole nother room. Right after we see Nox, who has basically alluded to that he is also lucid dreaming. And by him lucid dreaming, he has like control over dreams and things like that. And we see that he says some stuff about, like people, they run to their dreams so they can escape their pains from like the real world and things like that. And I mean, like, hey, there's some truth to that. Your dreams can show you the things that you actually freaking like. When it's not a nightmare, you can have really good dreams that show you exactly what you want in life. And a lot of people don't want to leave those dreams, like, especially if you have really good dreams or you actually happy, so the big twist to this episode is that we saw Zeztz or Boku had to fight these like this robot thing, and this robot had like the same symbol on its head. They said that in the real world this weird symbol appeared on the side of a mountain, and by that, we see that symbol like throughout the episode. Like, we see the symbol, we see it on the booby traps and things like that, like when they were being shot at by the spikes. The spikes were coming out of the symbol, like they had like on the gun, like it was coming out of that. The giant buzz saws had the symbols on the sides of them. Like, this symbol is like everywhere. Even in the real world we see the same symbol. So obviously this symbol has a lot of significance. Maybe it's like the symbol of the talent agency and stuff like that. But yeah, so he ends up fighting this robot. He ends up defeating this robot, and turns out like nothing happens after that. And Boku was able to figure out that the entire prison itself is the nightmare, and then this thing just and in the nightmare the prison transforms. And because the prison is kind of shaped like it's kind of shaped weird, like it's flipped upside down, and it's shaped kind of like like how a tornado is shaped. Like, it's shaped like kind of like how a tornado is shaped, but it's like upside down. Well, not really. No, I'm stupid. It's not really shaped upside down, but it's kind of shaped like a how an anthill, or like it's shaped like a tornado. And then out of nowhere, like when they reveal that this thing is the nightmare, it opens 3 eyes and grows arms and legs and has a long like tail. It has like a long tail, and the symbol that we've been seeing throughout the episode is on the end of its tail. And this thing was grotesque. I'm like, how are we gonna? Well, we saw Kamen Rider Zeztz defeat Kaiju by himself. So hey, Zeztz, you got to defeat a Kaiju by yourself. So but yeah, man, like I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how we're doing it, because this thing gotta die. This nightmare gotta get the duck out of here. And I'm gonna laugh when he defeats this thing, and when he defeats it, it starts to snore and then it fades away. I'm gonna laugh when that happens. But yeah. Also, we see the dad. He's having a nightmare in his office, but we see our 2 paranormal agents, Fuji and Old Girl. We see them talking to the talent agent, his wife. He's talking. They're talking to the man who adopted them. They're talking to his wife, and apparently they got divorced in real life. They got divorced, as she said. My husband was a very different man after the accident that happened 4 years ago. And then we see him in his office. He's having a really bad nightmare, and I'm talking like night terror type of nightmare. And we see like all these pictures of this girl. I think it's all these pictures of Nem. I think it's Nem, but I think it's Nem, or maybe it's a different girl. And there's like a bunch of pictures all over the place of her, and it seems like maybe we're alluding to that someone has died. Someone died 4 years ago. So maybe we're alluding to that. I think it's this girl that maybe has died 4 years ago, and that's what's happening. But yeah, it almost looked like a shrine that he had of her. But yeah, this episode was great. I did like the debut of the machinery for him. I feel like he should have did more with it. We're most likely gonna see him do more with it next episode, because bro reverted back to his base form a little bit later on. But other than that, I like this episode. I can't wait to see how he's gonna defeat this kaiju nightmare. And and I'm really looking forward to seeing us get more information about Nox, because it seems like Nox is also doing the same thing Boku is doing about the whole lucid dreaming thing. But yeah, other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 6, Imprisoned. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay hit shit.